All right, getting back to Ash versus Evil Dead with season 2. So this is further tacked on to my Patreon request from Rebecca Reinhardt. Getting back to it, took a little break from the seasons and jumped right back into it. Watched 5 episodes in a row. My God, do I love this fucking show. And I just sit there the entire time thinking, how did this get canceled? And then I was asking that online, and a bunch of people told me why this show got canceled, because a bunch of fucking assholes decided to pirate this show instead of support this show on Stars, so we don't get a season 4. Okay, I bought season 1, 2, 3 on Blu-ray, and I got Stars to watch this damn show. You cheap motherfuckers. Damn it. Damn it to everybody who fucking pirated and torrented this show. You suck. It is your fault. So there you go. I'm just throwing up accusations at people. Just pissed me off. Really did. But what didn't piss me off was coming back to this show and remembering my absolute infatuation with Kelly. I know I can't help but talk about women, but oh my God, she's so hot and so awesome in this show. Okay, anyway, so it's just so much fun coming back to this show. It was cool to take a little break and then come back, because I don't want to knock it out too quick. Yes, I've seen it before, but revisiting it, it's just fucking amazing. This season is, so far 5 episodes in, it's even better than the first season. It is so graphic, it is so gross, it is so bonkers out there with certain scenes. With the next episode, I want to say, yeah, the next episode has one of the grossest, most insane fucking things I've ever seen, and I can't wait to talk about it. So this one starts off, they're in Jacksonville, Florida. Ash is out there. He's partying like a rock star. He's taking chainsaws to kegs. He's skeet shooting freaking bottles in a bar somehow. People aren't getting freaking shrapnel, like glass shrapnel in their eyes from guns being fired in a bar. I don't I guess that's okay to do, but this is Ash's fantasy, so I guess he's allowed to do it. We find out the Ashy Slashy song, which I thought was pretty catchy, funny, and becomes a pretty big part of this season, because throughout this, he goes home and he's known as Ashy Slashy, which is really funny stuff. And now I noticed something in this episode that I fucking almost just died. This chair is nuts. There you go. Little startle there for you. Good thing I was a freaking goalie, man. I have good reflexes. So yeah. So in this episode, it reminded me of in Evil Dead 1 and 2 and all this, they're always pulled off screen, right? So like when they're pulled down into the root cellar or whatever, they are always killed off screen, and there's just gallons and gallons and gallons of blood being sprayed up into their face and all over the place. And I'm always sitting there, and it happens in this one. Somebody gets pulled behind the bar, and it's like being, blown up. I think in Kelly's face. I watched this a couple nights ago. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, because a Deadite just pulls him down and then blood just starts pouring. We never see this happen anywhere but off screen. So I'm always super curious on what's actually happening in that moment. It's like they're been put in a blender all of a sudden. So Deadites have the ability to do this, but only when you can't see them do this. So what are they doing? Are they just biting really, really fast? Do they have like really, really, really fucking fast teeth that are just gnawing them and blood's just pouring? What is actually happening off screen? I want to know what is actually taking place in that freaking fruit cellar in Evil Dead 2 when all that blood is coming out, when the dude's being put, sucked down there. What's happening in that moment? I want to know. And of course, the human body doesn't actually hold that much blood. It's been exaggerated for comedic purposes and whatnot. So I don't want to really overthink why there's so much blood there, but what is happening? Deadites don't do anything like that otherwise, unless they're pulled off screen. So what is happening? Somebody explain to me in that moment, because otherwise, Deadites just usually scratch and maybe break a neck or something anytime we can actually see what they're doing. So yeah, I don't know. And it seems like because they have that power, it would be so easy to kill anybody. Ash and Kelly and Pablo and anybody. Because if they have that power, then they should be able to freaking rip people apart. And the whole bar sequence is great, man. Lots of blood. It's just so fucking graphic. I love it. And then we get Lee Majors here, okay? Lee fucking Majors, the $6 million man. The night the reindeer died. Yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the night the reindeer died, whew, you have a shitty Christmas every year. Let me tell you what. Pablo's drawing of who they're looking for, hilarious. It is the shittiest fucking sketch I've ever seen in my life. It's like the exact opposite joke of that South Park rendering where like they're taking it around and they're looking for Cartman and Stan and Kyle and Kenny, and it's this picture and it's the best drawing you've ever seen in your life of these characters, and they're like, I don't know, the picture's kind of shitty. It's so fucking funny that how terribly drawn. Essentially what they're saying in South Park is that what they're seeing is what's drawn in this episode. And I found it to be so funny when he holds it up. It's like, that does not look like anyone ever. It's so fucking funny. I've laughed out loud many times in these 5 episodes. Like out loud, pretty hard, great stuff. Such good comedy going on in here. The sequence, here's another really funny sequence, is when Ash's dad is talking to him and he's making excuses for him and he's like, someone cut off my hand, and he's like, no, I actually did that, and someone killed my girlfriend, and he's like, nope, I did that one too. So funny. And then another really funny sequence is when they're telling him later, like, you're out of your fucking mind, you killed your girlfriend, and he's like, actually, I was really clear-headed when I killed my girlfriend. Because this is when he's supposed to be defending the fact that he wasn't responsible for doing anything terrible when everyone's accusing him of being ashy-slashy. And he's sitting there telling him, no, I was completely clear-headed when I murdered my girlfriend. It's just, it's so good. It's so fucking funny. And it's funny to see that he comes back to a town where he's known as a butcher. He's known as a murderer. Why he isn't instantly arrested, I don't know if he was like, obviously, I don't know. I guess he was jumping from town to town. He's been back in town for a long time, so people would have known where he's found. I guess, did he ever go to court for this? Was it just a rumor? Like, why wasn't he ever arrested and prosecuted? That, to me, makes no sense, but who cares? It's Ash versus Evil Dead. Not a lot of thought needs to be put into it. The shadow fight, another really funny sequence. Ash gets into a fight with his shadow. Must be the freaking shadow from the Weird Al song. That's 40 pounds. Actually has some weight to it and can punch him. The Dark One is all growed up in this episode. And I love when Ruby's out there and he's like, do I save her because I should or because she's hot? Another really funny line. And then, yeah, the Ruby team up. And that moves us on to episode 2. Let's get there.